What is up, guys? DJ Game here, back with another video, and it is iPhone day. So we've got the iPhone 17 Pro Max, we've got AirPods 3, we've got the Apple Watch Ultra all in hand, plus a couple accessories. So we're gonna do an unboxing, first impressions, all that good stuff. By the way, we are shooting at a special location. We're at Robbie's Raceway. So if you're into slot cars and you're in Columbus, make sure to check out Robbie's Raceway inside of Robbie's Hobbies. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, game on. So like I mentioned, iPhone 17 Pro Max, AirPods Pro 3, Apple Watch Ultra 3, all in the flesh, ready to rock and roll. Also got Spigen case, which, by the way, I'll throw the links up in the description for these items. We have the Spigen Ultra Hybrid case. I went with the clear. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and pop that open right now. Get that out of the box. I don't know why, but I just like clear cases so you can see the phone. This one has some pretty good rigidity. So again, link in the description for that if you're looking. Also, we got our ESR Classic screen protectors. Let's go ahead and get that going right now. We're just going to rip it open because who's got time to be dealing with tape and all that good stuff? So yeah, ESR, they include, which is nice. At least I thought they did. Let's see. Maybe not. Oh, they don't give you the application frame. Or maybe they do. Oh, this is the application frame. So you drop your phone in there, and I guess that'll help you to put it on straight. But we'll be doing that off camera later. But again, links in the description. Very affordable for both of these items. So the main event, AirPods, Apple Watch, iPhone 17 Pro. Let's go ahead and start with the AirPods. And with these AirPods Pro 3, they're obviously touting an exceptional spatial listening experience with high definition, 3-dimensional audio. Also new this year, we have heart rate sensing, so you can track your heart rate and calories burned just through the AirPods, which is sweet. They say redesigned from the inside out, which gives you apparently a better fit and better acoustic performance. So we'll be sure to test that at a later time, kind of in day-to-day use. But let's go ahead and get these open. Furthermore, live translation on AirPods, which is super cool. So if you are in a foreign country or just want to talk to some people outside of your native tongue, now iOS is able to translate that live via the help of AirPods Pro 3. Let's go ahead and figure out how these come out of here. There we go. All right. See what's in the box. Looks like we got our ear tips. Also new this year for AirPods 3 is they give you additional ear tips. So hopefully being able to just provide a better fit for most people, just to give you that, more secure fit, more comfortable fit, and all that good stuff. So you get 5 pairs of tips this year. And there we go. They look super cool. We're not going to go too in depth with these, but I just want to show you. They look pretty much similar to AirPods 2, a little different. But yeah, there are some differences. In addition to the live translation, these also include the hearing aid capability, which can help to automatically boost conversation and gives you 67% more battery life when in transparency mode. So if you're wanting to hear kind of what's going on around you, you've got that. Now, what's also cool is that they're toting up to 8 hours of listening time with active noise cancellation on a single charge. So that's much better than AirPods Pro 2. So definitely excited to get those paired up and use them over time. So that's AirPods Pro 3. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Next, let's go ahead and talk about Apple Watch. Now, you'll notice today on my wrist, I've got the Apple Watch. This is the Series 6 or 7. I honestly can't remember. But I went with the stainless steel with the Milanese loop. I think it just looks really nice and elegant. But it's starting to show its age. Battery life is not great. Hardly making it through a full day. So I went on ahead and got the Apple Watch Ultra 3. Now with the Apple Watch Ultra 3, it now includes built-in satellite communication. So you can stay connected off the grid. Also includes advanced metrics when you're doing your workouts, you know, training loads, and of course the best GPS in an Apple Watch. And they're saying up to 42 hours of normal use, which is apparently the longest battery life of any Apple Watch. Let's see how we get this open here. Pull that. There we go. Pull that. Okay, wonderful. Wow, that's pretty cool looking, I'm not gonna lie. So we got this booklet here, shows you, you know, about the case, shows you about the side button, the digital crown, the depth gauge and altimeter, power, charging, all that good stuff. Also GPS, siren, action button, and the 3 microphone array. I really like that. That's pretty good presentation there. Next, let's see what we got. We got the band and we got the watch itself. So let's go ahead and dive into that. Let's start with the band, which for this one as well, I went with the titanium Milanese loop with the adjustable dual release buckle. So let's go ahead and crack that open. Okay, another green arrow. Easy enough. Ooh, look at that. Okay. Some books, we don't need that. Put that to the side. So this is quite nice, very similar to my current band. Let's see how we get it out of here. Okay, we pop these off, maybe? No? Okay. Let's just get all that out of here. Oh my gosh, okay. Gimme. Okay. All right, sweet. So we got the band out here. All this wrapping and whatnot. So I do like this. This was kind of the closest that I could get to the kind of the shiny titanium. I wish they would have, you know, kind of offered this same band, but this is the closest I could get, so it'll have to do, I suppose. Now, it does say dual release, so I'm not sure. Okay, so you just pull these tabs and it comes out. I'm not sure if I like that. I kind of preferred the just magnetic that you get with the old one there, but nevertheless, I guess it'll have to do. But it looks nice. The pattern is a little different. I don't know if you can see that compared to this. This is more fine. This is, you know, it's got a little more gaps and the pattern's a little different, but you know, not a big deal. We'll get used to that. Now let's go ahead and pop open the brains of the operation here. Nice. Very satisfying. Apple really does a great job with that unboxing experience. Nice thick box. Shout out Flossie Carter, giggity. All right, designed by Apple, obviously. What do we got in here? Looks like we just have the charger cable, easy peasy. Put that off to the side. And the watch itself. Let's go ahead and rip that open. Oh yeah, that's beefy. That is beefy right there, guys. Now, put that box to the side. I'm gonna go ahead and take off this one. I just wanna kind of compare. In fact, we'll take off the band just so that we can compare them sort of apples to apples. So this Apple Watch Series 6 or 7, again, I forget which one it is, forgive me. It is the 44 millimeter. This Apple Watch, I believe, is 49, if I'm not mistaken. But just side by side, they do look really similar. Let me bring them up to the camera a little bit. They do look really similar, but obviously the Apple Watch Ultra 3 is a lot more girthy. You know, my Series 6 or 7 is just quite, you know, scratched up and stuff. Maybe I should get a case for this, but But it does look nice. I think it'll be just fine. I do like my watches a little bit bigger. Anytime I get an Apple Watch, I always go for the biggest one. Let's get this band on here. Hopefully I do this right the first time. Nope. Okay, so that must be this side. Slide right through. There we go. And this goes on here like that. There we go, nice and locked in. Not very smooth, there we go, okay. All right, let's toss it on. Well, we got a problem, guys. Hopefully this is adjustable, but it's not reaching the clasp there. So let's go ahead and take that back off. It's already powering on. Can I adjust this? Let's see. Yes, okay, very cool. I was gonna say that would be really disappointing if you could not adjust that. So I'm gonna just pull it a little closer. Got a nice little lock there, so I'm just gonna close that. Now let's try it again. Pull that like that. See, I knew I should have got the large band, but I'm like, my wrists are relatively thin. You know, why get the large band when I can just get this medium one? So that's what that looks like. Now, just for fun, I'm gonna unlock it and pull it tight if it'll let me. Doesn't look like it will. So, I am not a fan of this clasp. This seems like a lot more work. Okay, guys, hold on. Let's try this together. Ugh. I guess we'll worry about that later. And it's backwards too. I prefer my crown on the right, obviously. So we'll worry about that another time. But that's Apple Watch Ultra 3. Again, this is just kind of a quick unboxing, first impressions. I do like how it feels. It feels solid. And for the price, it better be. So let me try to get this off here. Okay, there we go. Much better. So it's ready for pairing. We'll get that set up here. But now, let's go ahead and talk about iPhone. The star of the show, what I've been waiting for most. Now, I personally have a few different phones, but my iPhone is a iPhone 13 Pro Max. And let's just say I'm overdue for an upgrade. Now this one's great, still in great condition. It served me well. But again, just ready for something different. So let's go ahead and dive into this. Now, you've probably seen all the colors. We've seen the orange, the midnight blue. I didn't want really either of those. I just went with the silver. I think the silver is just a nice neutral color. The orange, it really, I wanted to, but I just thought, you know, do I want to rock orange every day? And I think the answer was no. So, let's see. Oh, we're getting a call. We'll go ahead and turn that off. Okay. So I'm like, okay, let me go with the standard, you know, silver neutral. Now, this is going to come with the A19 Pro, which they've introduced vapor cooling for apparently lightning fast battery performance. And they quote the ultimate pro camera system with all 48 megapixel rear cameras. And they say the longest zoom ever on any iPhone. Now, I went big on this one. This is the 2 terabyte model, just because I want all of my photos and videos available locally. You know, iCloud does a great job of offloading to the cloud, but you know, when you want to watch that video from, you know, 5 years ago, you don't want to have to wait for it to load. So I said, you know what, let's go big. And furthermore, I just wanted to be able to manage my entire library. So for example, I have a lot of photos that are, need deleted or whatnot. And so I want to be able to essentially browse my entire Google Photos library, but also delete them as I go from iCloud 2. So that's kind of my motivation, and just being able to record a lot in like ProRes and high quality video. I wanted the biggest storage. So this is officially the most expensive iPhone ever. $2,000 for this iPhone, which is kind of insane. After tax, you're right around $2,200. So do with that what you will. I plan to get a lot of use out of this. So it was worth it to me to do it. Now, I've just unboxed it. Look at this thing. It looks sweet, I will say. Now, what's in the box? Nothing much but a braided cable, which is nice. Braided cable, at least they can do, since they're not giving us a charger brick anymore. Okay. Anything else? We got some books. Literally the most thinnest book and odd shaped book ever. No stickers. Come on, Apple. What's going on? Okay. So we'll get that out of the way. Let's go ahead and dive right into the phone here. So again, the best pro camera system on a phone. See, they've, moved the flash and the LiDAR and all that good stuff to the right side. They do say that, we've got this new plateau, this kind of top bar. And apparently that's where all the internals are in this phone. So RAM, the main board, storage, everything is all kind of up here. And that allowed them to, have the rest of the phone essentially for battery. And of course, MagSafe, which is there in the back. But yeah, let's go ahead and peel this thing. Very satisfying, right? And there you have it, guys. iPhone 17 Pro Max. Now let's go ahead and just compare this quickly to the iPhone 13 Pro Max. And really, they are about the same thickness, now minus the plateau, that, the camera bar. But as far as the phone itself, they are about the same thickness, which is, kind of interesting. Now, we're not talking about iPhone Air. That maybe will be another video if I get my hands on one. But yeah, and as far as weight is concerned, actually, I think the 13 Pro Max is a little bit heavier. So that's interesting. Now, as far as buttons go, we obviously lost the mute switch. We've got the action button, volume up and down rocker. On the right side, we've got power button, camera control, which obviously the 13 Pro Max does not have, although it looks like it should, because it's literally in the same place as this cutout. And then on the top, we've got the 5G antennas there. No antennas on the 13 Pro Max. Now, I do wish that, this is aluminum. This is, what is this? Stainless steel? I think this is stainless steel. At any rate, it would have been nice for them to hold on to the titanium that they use in the 16, or the 15 and 16, in fact. But it is what it is, I guess. They say it's because of heat and all this stuff, but, I guess time will tell. Now, one big difference on the front end of this thing is going to be a smaller dynamic island. Well, I didn't have a dynamic island at all. I had the notch, but now I finally get the dynamic island. But what's cool about it too is that it includes the new center stage camera, which just gives you more flexible ways to frame your shot, right? So you can now not only shoot vertical selfies, but also horizontal ones at the touch of a button. So that's super cool. Furthermore, one thing that I'm going to get that I don't have today, I have it on my Mac, but not on my phone, is Apple Intelligence, which maybe that's another video of, how good it is or how not good it is. But nevertheless, it's nice to have. That'll enable the, live translation and all that good stuff. And talking about the body of the phone, they've gone to this unibody style. So this is all one piece effectively, right? So there's no, cutouts or anything as far as like components being together. But they say it's going to be the most powerful iPhone ever made. And at the core is, again, a heat-forged aluminum unibody enclosure that maximizes performance, battery capacity, and durability. I guess time will tell about that. Now, again, in the inside of this, they have a vapor chamber where deionized water moves heat away from the chip, allowing for more kind of sustained performance, right? On the front side, and back too, actually, you get ceramic shield, which they say is 4 times more resistant to cracks. Let me get out of there. To cracks and all that good stuff. And then scratch resistance and all that. Now, display. 6.9-inch Super Retina XDR display, which is brighter, better anti-reflection, ProMotion up to 120 hertz, which I already had that, so thank you. And then also, this is going to be brighter too. So you get, what is it, up to 3,000 nits, I believe it is, of max brightness, which I'm super excited to see. And then lastly, one notable thing, if you're coming from iPhone 13 or 14, if you got a 15 or 16, you already have this, but the action button. So a customizable button to essentially, track your favorite feature, long press it to do a certain thing, whether it's silent mode, translation, a shortcut, whatever. Now, before we get into the operating system, I want to talk cameras real fast. So with these new cameras, you're going to get up to 8x optical quality zoom, still less than Samsung's 10x, but best yet for iPhone. And again, all 3 cameras are going to be 48 megapixels. Okay, so yeah, super excited to test that out. Larger sensors, 200 millimeter focal lengths, 8x optical quality zoom. Yeah, it's just going to be great. I have a feeling. Now, let's go ahead and dive in here. And we won't get too far into this just because, again, this is going to be just kind of unboxing and first impressions. Of course, this is going to be iOS 7 to iOS 26, excuse me. But get my password in. Perfect. Yeah, so obviously it's been out in beta for some time. So if you're like me, I've already been running iOS 26 on my 13 Pro Max, and it's been great. I hope that it's a little better. I have been noticing some bugs and choppiness with my 13 Pro Max, but I trust that this will be a better solution. Furthermore, Apple Intelligence, which I'm excited to tap into because, again, I don't have that. All right, so we finally got signed in here. We're going to head and just restore from iCloud. But first and foremost, I just want to show the difference in bezels here. Let me go ahead and put in my code. There we go. Man, just look at the difference. Super thin bezels here, thicker bezels here. Obviously, we've got our notch, and over here we've got our dynamic island, which I was hopeful that they would reduce the size of this dynamic island, but I guess you can't get everything you wish for. But nevertheless, I think that's going to be my first impressions, and we'll go ahead and wrap this video up while this completes. But I do hope to do a full review in the near future. Again, if you are in the market for a nice iPhone case, iPhone 17 case, feel free to check out the link in the description. And similarly, if you are in the market for some screen protectors, make sure to check out ESR's classic screen protector. Super affordable, 3 in a box, very easy to install. But yeah, it's been DJ Cam with another video. I hope everyone has a great day. Enjoy your new iPhone, and we'll see you in the next one.